All right. Got halftime, Jasim. 5-borough, all thorough. Queen Mecca, peace. This, I came on to do a quick one this time. Because we're dealing a lot with the 1 to 40 in these shows right here. Sincere Born Asiatic, we're dealing a lot with the 1 to 40. So I came in to have a little early. We do a little early number where we hit up to 1 to 14. What? Oh yeah. I'm trying to. We might get a guest on here. A brother that he got a forum. He got a forum that he do like little he got like a show, a podcast and all that. Divine Truth. Yeah, I'm still figuring this joint out right here. I gotta charge my phone up a little bit and I get the picture up. But it looks like the alerts is going out. Everybody hit the each one, teach one. And hit the like for me. And oh yeah. Let me throw this in here. Forgot now. I'm like semi-professional now. That's the link. That's the link right there. All right, P. Foster. That's the link right there to get in the video. Conferencing or whatever you call this right here. You gotta get a name for that. Halftime said, your sense of humor nearly caused an accident yesterday. Listen while I drove somewhere. My new favorite phrase, magical Negro. Pulled over, dying laughing. Yeah, you know. New Black World Order. You know, the magical Negro, you know, he always, man. Of all the people, we got MC Mina B on the line here. I don't know if I had to let y'all put thumbs up, I guess. Y'all would have to put thumbs up if y'all want to hear from MC Mina B. Because I'm not sure I want to hear from MC Mina B. So thumbs up in the room if we want to hear from MC Mina B.
It's 5 o'clock.
Halftime said I picture a Carlton type brother tap dancing with pixie dust coming from his shoes, sweater around his neck. That's about right, halftime. That's about right. You know, these magical Negroes, they're always such a credit to their race. They're always such a credit to their race. Not like the rest of us. We starting to get a few people in the room. I don't know what's going on. We not getting no, there's no thumbs up for MC Mina B. I guess you gotta hang on the line. You gotta hang on the line, Amina, until some more of your people come in. Right now we're gonna save your interview until the good part. Oh, you got a thumbs up? You got a thumbs up, Amina. So hang on the line. You might be coming on soon. But while we seeing what's going on with the thumbs up for that, you know what I'm saying? We reach our little threshold where we started at. Calm Islamly just came in. What's the deal? You know what I'm saying? And let's start getting into this topic. You know, we just going, it's one line. It's just one line. But we're going to make that line walk and talk like we always do. Because that's what we do on the Random Jewels channel. Huh? All right, Calm Islamly. Rafael Stratura. Calm Islamly. Let's get into that question, you know. But while we get in, you asked the question, but we're going to make this thing walk and talk. And, you know, what does the hot Arabian desert mean to you? You know what I'm saying? This was sparked up from yesterday. Somebody asked me a question, right, about the hot Arabian desert, and was I walking or was I riding? You know, I wasn't in the desert. You know, as per the story, those that ran the devil across the desert was the ones that have fallen victim and allowed him to do that devilishment. Calm Islamly said, why does the question read, why did we run Yaqub and his main devil when Yaqub wasn't there? Because the idea still came from Yaqub. See, everything that they was doing was already conceived by Yaqub. That was already his plan. You know, I think you knew in the lessons, but when you get up in the lessons, it'll tell you that he started making observations, you know what I'm saying, and speaking up what he was going to do when he was 6 years old. You know what I'm saying? The bar just came in, as well as, you know, if you refer to the Bible version, it'll tell you that he was already doing things. You know what I'm saying? For instance, he came out holding on to his, he was born holding on to his brother's heel or something of that nature. You understand what I'm saying? So all of these things that they was doing all came from Yaqub. Right, Divine Truth said those who were dissatisfied and causing trouble amongst the righteous were forced to walk the 2,200 miles. We got Sel Gilbert. It's been a minute since we've seen Sel Gilbert. Oh yeah, matter of fact, that's Jahad. What's going on? You always play games. Jasim. But back to what I was saying, right, is what does the hot Arabian desert, what does the hot Arabian desert mean to us? See, because just like I said, in terms of then, right? In terms of then, same thing now. I'm not going out in the physical 14 million square miles. So what does the hot Arabian desert mean to you right now? The bar, we have MC Mina B on the line. She wants to come on. I don't know if she's gonna rhyme. I don't know what that's about. But I asked the room if anyone wants to hear from MC Mina B, put a thumbs up. Put a thumbs up in the room. See, I see what's happening. See, I've been asking questions lately, and then whatever direction, I've been going in a whole other direction. So I noticed. I'm over here dealing with the Amish, trying to get him on. What's his name? Sincere. I came in peace. Senator Soil said, I'm not walking that hot Arabian desert. All right. We got the brother Grind Ethics. This is Grind Ethics in the room right now. Can you hear me? Hold on. Can you hear me?
I hear you.
All right, hold on for a second. Let me finish what I'm building on. Then we're gonna get into some science.
Okay.
Divine Truth said it allows one to acknowledge the culture of our God and show that power that exists within our culture to all the human families of the planet Earth. That even in the worst part, we are able to cultivate and elevate in our population. All right. We're drawing it up today. This, like I said, we're doing a short one, and then we're going to come back and deal with 196,940,000, so we can finish up the week, the theme of the week, teaching Black women. District 120. What I miss massive, yeah. Where's the what I miss? Is that in this let me see if I can. See, I'm fancy now, son. I got all different screens and stuff. I'll figure it out in a minute. Justice Harrison, peace. Who's this? Somebody hit me. Yeah, D Christian, District 120. we got Amina is in the background right here. She wants to come on. So I was saying that put a thumbs up in the room if you want to hear from Amina right now. You know what I'm saying? But see, let's get down to what it means to me, divine understanding, peace. The hot Arabian desert, that means I ain't gonna tell you nothing. Yeah, Shakima, Amina's in the background. Put a thumbs up in the room. If you want me to bring Amina up in the video, I could bring her up in the video. The video conference here and let her talk. Yeah, but see, the hot Arabian desert, running you across the hot Arabian desert, meaning I ain't gonna tell you nothing. Not casting no jewels amongst the swine. When they say, man, look, I give us him not warning. The same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand. See, we not talkers. Don't get me wrong, we build, we verbal and all that, but we not talkers. When they say, and the sword was used by the original man in Muhammad's time. See, that's when I have to use the sword, right, to run you over. You're not getting water right now. Got born Jamel just came in. Why's you? Yeah, I don't know what's going on, D Christian. That's if y'all turn it, put the thumbs up, and we can hear from Amina. Why's you said he said he got too close to the God with his destructive way of life, which was to separate the righteous and make them unalike. He had to go with his unalike language. Yeah. Yeah, District 120 said, meaning I'm taking everything from you, no more wisdom, but you can still keep that language you got and go that way. I ain't telling you nothing. Not doing nothing for you. I'm not telling you nothing. I'm not participating with you, devil. You get no, you see what I'm saying? Yeah, our victory, what happened? Our victory just somehow he got what's the name? So now we just have Amina. Comments normally said, deserts represent the barrier you're supposed to put between you and all that is harmful to you. Desert can serve as that buffer in between. Yeah. So that's how, you know what I'm saying, I draw up the desert in this day and time. Because like I said, I don't want to be in the desert neither. When you say run you across the hot Arabian desert, yeah, get away from me, man. You're not teaching what I'm teaching. See, when you're using the tongue as a sword and you're taking the four devils' heads, see, I already know how to treat them. You got to treat them just like how they daddy trained them. You understand what I'm saying? How they daddy trained them. What it tells you in the wisdom born degree in the 1 to 40. What happened? Anyone? Anyone? Bueller? What it tells you about how they daddy trained them. What it tells you in the 1 to 40 in the wisdom born degree about how they daddy trained them. Divine truth. The penalty is death. And was enforced on everyone that fell a victim. Because let's look at the reality of the degree. You ran them to the caves, and then what happened?
Hello? Peace,
Yeah.
peace.
Hold on.
Oh,
I was waiting. I'm waiting on these little questions. The boss said he went savage. Divine Understanding said he went savage. Smell Good said they started bugging again. Matter of fact, Smell Good just came in. District 120 said that's why the devil did whatever he told him to do. They went savage. Now look though, all of y'all right. My question could have been clearer. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Smell Goods was saying what I was saying, but see, we know that Musa came 2,000 years later. And then they came out of the caves and went back to what? Telling lies, stealing, and trying to master the original man. So if you harboring the devil, fly phrase, what's going on? Right? Let's put that in the context of how we make it walk and talk. Let's put that in the context of how we make it walk and talk. Right? The four devils. Whatever is your four devils that you're dealing with, right? We've discussed, multiple times how everybody got to find their four devils. You know what I'm saying? Suppose one of your devils is crack. I always pick on crack because it's easy. It's easy to see. Everybody know what crack does. So it's easy to see, right? Now let's say you decide you're going to take that devil out your life. You're going to stop smoking crack. But you're going to save the crack pipe. You're not going to keep it on you. You're going to put it away in a part of the house where you don't go to. but you're going to keep the crack pipe. See, that's why you take 4 devil's heads. That closet, that shoebox in the closet or whatever, that's not going to be enough rope to bind in. Al-Kim Salam, Divine Truth said when they came amongst the original people, they were already unalike, weak, and wicked. The Christian said, ain't that the devil within too? We should run those devilish ways from us. No, take that devil's head. Take the devil's head. That's the desert that you gotta let them deal with. Because that's how they was trained. They ain't gonna stop no other way. You know how that saying, what they say, spare the rod and spoil the child? They don't understand no other language. So if you got, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, something about yourself, the example I just used. Where see, after all that, remember the 10th degree comes after that, comes after the 2nd degree, the 4th degree, and the 9th degree. Where it's learned that what? He can't be reformed and his head has to be taken, for he will surely sting someone else. So the hot Arabian desert for me is where you take the 4 devil's heads. We got Universal 7. Al-Kim Salam said, destroy the devil in one day. Exactly. Without falling victim. District 120 said his history lasts 6,000 years. Do they also renew their history every 6,000 years? No. But they do continue daily. See, they don't have the power to renew history. You know, the most power everybody else got is to repeat history. Yeah, exactly. See, Calm Islam, he said he can't renew his history because we write his history. You know, we don't get well. That's one thing I like about this new format. We might start getting a little bit more political, but you know, we knowing, you know, the reality right now, right, is that the devil exists because he's riding people's back. That's how he thrives, is off the oppression and suffering of other people. You know what I'm saying? But if those people, you know, is up perpendicular, see, when those people is hunched over because they struggling and they don't have the proper knowledge of self, it's a little bit easier to ride their back than if the person is up perpendicular. Smell Good said one one of the continuous steps towards progression of self is to cease and desist eating outside the rest. Going to the grocery store tomorrow. Yeah, see, the grocery store is getting bad though around here. I was going to get me some junk today, man. I'm talking about some real junk pizza. D. Christian says some devils is harder to kill with that sword immediately. Speaking on self, that is. Yeah, see, those is the devils that you walking over to the caves. And now you guarding them. Those are the devils. Listen, when you walk them over to the caves and you guarding them, right? What is that? That's a prison house. You housing the prisoners in the hillside. So that's what you're doing. You building a prison house for your devil. And just like, you know, they tell you in the system of prison houses now, we can't hold these people in here forever. Eventually they bid is up and they're gonna be back out there with you. Divine Truth just said what I said too. The devil is parasitic and thrives off blood sucking. And yeah, I've been going through that back in the East stuff for a minute there. Queen Mecca said, do you think the hot Arabian desert relates to the burning off of programming or conditioning or physical residue regeneration often occurs if you meditate the hot Arabian desert of the mind? That's a way to make it walk and talk right there. When Jamal said, grow and cook your own food. John Sim said, what about recognizing the devil though? Because I'm sure we kill the devils, we realize they're devils. Yeah, well, you know, that was another day. Then I had that day a couple of days ago. Born sincere, peace. Then we have that a couple of days ago, recognizing the Yakub mentality. You know, but at any rate, we definitely had 2 days ago when it said, who is the colored man? You know, we got specific degrees that deal with that. What is a real devil? You know what I'm saying? Of knowing how to recognize the devil. You understand what I'm saying? You know, recognize him for what he really is and not what society, you know what I'm saying, or religions present him to be. You know what I'm saying? A red man under the ground or whatever. You know what I'm saying? If you recognize him for what he really is, right? Which is what is in control, who or what is in control of death, hell, and destruction in your life. See, if you recognize the devil as that, right, then it becomes easy to recognize. And now, at that point, it falls into the line of, recall a couple of days ago, I did a video where I say, can a devil fool a Muslim? Or pardon me, can a devil fool God? And I said, yes, if that devil is one that he's making. So now that's his pet devil. That's your pet, you're keeping it. You building a little cage for it, little bird cage, whatever. You build a little prison house so you can keep it there. And you're gonna keep the sword over their head, but you ain't never gonna use it. And so he's going to keep stinging. Born Sincere said one can't serve two masters. Matthew's chapter 6, 24 verse. You can't be playing around dancing with the devil in your day-to-day dealings or your culture, which is your culture. Straddling the fence will get your life cut short in many ways. You understand what I'm saying? The brother put an exclamation point on that right there. He put an exclamation on point on that right there. You know, you can have your life cut short by these same devils that you building a prison house for. District 120 said, wouldn't that mean the 85 build the devil's power based off of what they don't know and understand of their own culture, so they would renew Yakub's history by living it out? Well, yeah, that's what the Born degree in the 1 and 40 is telling you. That's what the answer, what you put right there is just, you reworded the answer, you know, in modern terminology from the Born degree in the 1 and 40. But that's peace. That's what we're supposed to do. Sadiq in the building. Queen Mecca said, I try to remove my devils on the regular, maybe next lifetime. You might have a long wait for next lifetime. You might want to get that settled in this lifetime. Smell Good said, it was difficult at first deciding on whether to keep skinny dipping or use some PPE. Fire teaches quick. Word to the wise. Yeah. You know, yeah, that's what, you know, that's what we do a lot of times. That's what we do a lot of times. One Sincere said, fasting is a practical way to stop devils. Sometimes you have to cut people off, food off, TV off, bullshit music off. I was taught in order to master something, you may have to leave it alone. Yeah, Born Sincere is he's thinking like I'm thinking. Because that was actually something that I was going to say. You know, I had that in mind to say. And, you know, but we live here, so we go. But I was actually going to say that. That's what the hot Arabian desert means too, man. Like I said, I don't want to be out there. Not for myself, not to be running you over there either. So that's another thing what it's telling you, you understand what I mean? That, you know, there's some ciphers that you could go through. Some ciphers you could go around. Some ciphers you could go over. But some ciphers, you gotta just leave that alone. Just go the whole other way. Born Sincere, very wise. Very wise, brother. Let's put that up. Wise Son said, can you elaborate on what it means to run the devil from the root of civilization? Well, let's read Born Sincere's last statement right here. Fasting is a practical way to stop devils. Now I'm going to translate that a little bit. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but fasting is a practical way to take 4 devil's heads. Sometimes you have to cut people off, food off, TV off, bullshit music off. I was taught in order to master something, you may have to leave it alone. See, Mecca is where you make it. So wherever you at, manifesting the knowledge and wisdom, taking 4 devil's heads from amongst yourself right there, off your planet, right? That's the only way to run the devil from the root of civilization. You know, you're gonna have to back up through some of the video. You know what I'm saying? You can watch it on the rerun, and you'll see that we elaborated a little bit more on it. Divine Truth said, in the degree, it says the devil did not build prison houses for his people when one fell victim to the law. My question is, why did they allow them to live knowing they were 100% weak and wicked? They also knew what was predicted. You know, I had the same kind of question. You know, my question was, even I had gone before this, well, you know, well, why didn't they just kill Yakub? Why did somebody say, what did you just say? Plus, you know, you gotta understand something too. And this is something else in terms of why we not pro-black and anti-white. See, being anti something, right? You know what I'm saying? And just, you know, at that point right there that you're talking about, right? Where they come amongst us and we run them over the hot Arabian desert. It's not in our nature really to kill all these people. A lot of the hate and the things that's a product of us being here in this environment. But when you're in a different type of environment where, you know what I'm saying, you know, you dealing with your idea of paradise, you're not thinking like that. You're not thinking, you know, in terms of Yakub's rules and regulations. You gotta remember his rules and regulations, he's making the devil. So things had to be how they was. But that's not really our nature, to hate anybody. You know what I'm saying? Whether they a lion or a tiger, whether they a white person. It's a product of the experiences that we've had over here. It's not our nature to hate each other like that. That you know, for the most part, you know, even, you know, you could take some of the most vicious gang members. It still comes a point at which most of them grow out of that and they realize, yo, you know, I don't want to hate brothers from across the street just because they're from across the street. See, right now, because of the experience that we've had over here, you would just be ready, you know, just take their heads. But that's not really us. Hasdrubal Sosa Marquez. I'm not sure what you're talking about. What Hasdrubal, I remember seeing you before, but I'll leave your comment to the side rally. I'll let the side rally brothers see what that means. Smell good said, kick those thieves out your house, put them bad thoughts out your head and destroy them. Restore order to the born day party when the youngins start wilding. Monitor censor programming to the children. You got Daniel Addison, state of the art. You be calm today, state of the art. D. Christian said, hard head, make a soft ass. Joe Self came in, scientific law. What's going on? Wise son. Born Jamal said, negative BS, gotta go. Daniel Addison said, ridding the worst off, preserving the best for self. D. Christian said, it's also suggested to, I think this is saying to conquer a vice, you can go full on into it until you get so much you don't want anymore. That's kind of Yaqub's idea of making the devil. Yaqub, 150 years. Yaqub lived 150 years. Carmen's Lonely said it was predicted it would have just been another Yaqub. You got to deal with what you manifest, no easy way out. Right. That's Carmen's Lonely hit on another thing right there that, people come from the conditions. You know what I'm saying? Whatever is person that comes, they come from the people in the conditions that the people is in. So the situation was still the situation. And something still, they say something got to give. Something still would have happened either way. Original man, our God said the devil is a bloodsucker of the poor. What is blood? It is the lifeline of the body and provides the vital oxygen and nutrients, also regulates the bodily systems. So he controls and regulates the vital resources in our communities like food and shelter, making him a true bloodsucker of the poor. Some jewels right there. Mind realms. All right. But look, we got the guy right here on the screen with us. We got
our victory.
Our victory right here. You know what I'm saying? From up in the P-Line.
It's our victory from the P-Line.
Yeah, no doubt. I know who it is. I'm telling the people right here, you know what I'm saying? So our victory, he got a forum called Grind Ethics. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Where he got a podcast, he covers certain things, you know what I'm saying? But the brother, he's somebody from my tree right here. Our victory. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of brothers on the line right here that they just come into the knowledge and studying their lessons and everything. You know what I mean? So and we got a couple of brothers too, like the there's a couple of other brothers over here too that's African. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that's
and this, you was the first brother that I knew. Like there was other brothers, but you was the first person that I knew, you know what I'm saying, that was from there. So, you know, build with the people a little bit about your experience, come in tune with the knowledge, and, you know, coming from that perspective and everything.
Well, I was born here. I'm from New York, but my family, you know, 90% of my family's from out there. Over 90%, maybe, yeah, over 90%. I got some other family members here in America. But I'm the first one born in America. First one in my family born in America. I'm from what they call Nigeria. You know what I'm saying? That's not the original name of the country. The white man, for those who don't know, the British call that continent Africa. I mean Nigeria. That's why I don't call it. That's why I don't consider myself Nigerian. I'm specifically from the Yoruba tribe, and we share that country with many, many tribes like the Benins, the Hausas, the Igbos, and oh damn, there's so many tribes my parents don't even know, and they're from there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, but coming to the knowledge of self as a so-called Nigerian is it might be of a different experience than the so-called African American experience. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just like any other, just like most of us, I was not proud of being who I am. You know what I'm saying? Especially having a direct link to Africa. You know, I was definitely ashamed of being who I am. But this is your interview, dog. Kim, I'm supposed to interview you.
Huh? This I got to show you how to do it. So I can come on your show too. Yeah. See, we got a brother right here saying he was just doing the knowledge to the Yoruba tribe. You know, I noticed a lot when I look at the other a lot of other channels, you know what I'm saying, that deal with these type of topics, they bring up those type of those tribal names, you know what I'm saying, the civilizations and everything. So what is the like the history of the Yoruba, you know what I'm saying? And you know, some of the history that's preserved there still, that just in terms of studying the original man, you know what I'm saying, in the history of the original man, we might find if we go into that science.
Well, the Yoruba tribe, the Yoruba people are like, I can't tell you a number of how old we are. And I'm gonna keep it real. I don't have crazy amount of information on the Yoruba people, but we do originate from a place in what they call Nigeria called Ife.
Mm.
Ife, yeah. And of course we come from another people, because every tribe comes from another group of people. So the Yoruba tribe is not like the Yoruba tribe is 1,000,000 years old. If anything, we like maybe 1,000.
All right.
If anything.
Yeah. So
we're not like 10,000 years old or nothing like that.
All right. So we got a question here from a brother named Debar. He said, what state in Yoruba land are your parents from? He's saying his family is located in Western Nigeria.
Well, my family's from Oyo State. They're from the South Side.
All right.
The South Side. That's what I was telling the guard. The guard was ignoring me. One guard I was talking to on Instagram, he was like, yo, him and some other guards and some Earths, they was planning to travel to Nigeria, and I was warning him, do not go to the north side, because they're killing people in the north side of Nigeria. Muslim extremists, they're killing people. Yes, but he ignored me. So he do what he wanted to do. Yeah. But then again, I don't even know if that side of Nigeria is open to the rest of the world. But southern Nigeria, where my family's from, we definitely open our borders to other countries. Not now, being that the coronavirus thing is popping off, but before that, we always open our borders to other countries. But the north side, don't even if you go to the south side of Nigeria, do not go to the north.
That's you know what's crazy right here? D Christian, your family's from Africa too? because he put something in here, right? And I don't think a lot of African people realize this, right? He put here a comment. A lot of us were ashamed at one point of our ancestry when entering into the wilderness of North America. Cats used to say African booty scratches, banana boat, etc. Right? But here's the thing:
Yeah.
we were saying that before Africans came in. We used to call
With
each
the
other.
Caribbean people?
Nah, we should say it to each other.
Oh, I didn't know that. I had no idea. I had no idea.
They called me African booty scratcher in the 70s, man.
In the 70s?
Yeah,
Damn, you don't look that old, bro.
Listen, that's old school. That wasn't something.
I thought that was because of all people coming from that continent.
That's something that I've been noticing, that it's a theme where a lot of African people feel like, yo, that's directed to specifically at them. Nah, that was anybody. If you wasn't, like lighter than
especially if you was dark skinned.
Huh?
Especially if you was dark skinned, especially if you was analysis.
Right, that's what I was getting ready to say. If you was darker than Billy D. Williams, you was an African booty scratcher.
Wow, I had no idea. I had no fucking idea. I had no idea. You tell me that's something new to me.
Yeah, yo, listen, spread the word, man. Now we didn't people didn't make that up when Africans came here specifically for them. I'm saying. That's what you heard.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's something I noticed. I always hear Africans say that, like, man, you don't know. That just means you black. That's
yeah. But one thing I do know about my ancestors, about the Yoruba people, we definitely practice a lot of voodoo. I mean, I wouldn't say voodoo. I mean, amongst our nation, people say voodoo is bad, satanic, and amongst the 85ers, especially Christians, would say it's bad, it's this or that. But voodoo is neither good nor bad. It's how you use it. It's like fire. It's how you use it. You know what I mean? Because we use voodoo on ourselves all the time when we chant in words. That's what I was telling people. Because sometimes I'll be finding myself being in discussions of these 85ers when they talk about colorism, when they talk about biracial bullshit, or when they talk about different politics amongst cultures and skin complexions of people. Mm-hmm. And I'd be telling them that y'all using voodoo on yourselves all the time because you keep using the word race. And you keep saying certain words. There's no such thing as a race. Race is a white man's concept. It's just part of his imagination that don't exist. That's why I tell people, even amongst our people, the so-called conscious community, we constantly using race. Oh, I'm a part of a race. I'm representing my race. You're using their words. It's like you're using their words to death that they want you to fall victim to fall back into their trick knowledge. That's what it's about. Mm-hmm. You know, so certain words, certain labels don't apply to us like colored people or Indian people. Mm-hmm. People keep separating Indians from black, and I keep telling these people on social media, like for example, you have a lot of Hispanic people and a lot of so-called mixed race people. They be like, "Oh, I'm half black, half Indian," or "I'm black, I'm Indian, and I'm white." No, first of all, Indian, let's cut that out. Indian it's a white man's terminology for a particular type of dark-skinned people. Maybe not for my people that's from the other continent, but for our people that's of this continent. You know what I'm saying? And the people of India. No, there's no such thing as an Indian. At first, I thought Indian was short for indigenous people, but it does not mean indigenous. So, as far as I read that Indian means the people of God or children of God, which is pertaining to us, but has nothing to do with nationality or ethnicity, whatever you want to call it. Mm-hmm. You know, so that's why I've been finding myself in these little ciphers. And I tell people, y'all using voodoo on us. You use voodoo on each other. We use voodoo on each other all the time, whether it's good spells or bad spells.
Mm-hmm. You know,
write a word correctly. correctly, or you spell it either right or you spell it either wrong. But when you write a word right, oh damn.
Peace. What happened in the sound? I think he froze there. But yeah, District 120 was confirming right here what I said, that yeah, we were saying African booty scratcher to each other. That was just that was a regular just part of snapping. You know what I mean? Whatever you call, telling jokes on each other. That was like a. And Fly Phrase said he was saying it in the fourth or fifth grade. So we got some history here. We got some history here from Debar, where he said Yoruba people migrated from Kemet in 1700 BC to the current location of Ilfi, the city of love, in the state of Oyo, with the land passed on to them by the Nok people. And who's the Nok people? You got Process came in. District 120 said was looking into 2000 BC Kemet and what took place around the 18th dynasty in the Hyksos event. But it says same type of history occurred around that time to create the Ashanti of Ghana, the Wolof of Senegal. These folks also left Kemet during the period the Hyksos fought against Kemet to settle elsewhere. Also, the devil called Yoruba people tribe. However, they are a nation, family of people. D. Christian says 7th degree and the 1 of 14. Those are words that can't reinforce a negative idea, concept within the subconscious mind. Thus, unbeknownst, you start living out said negative words. The Yoruba originally came out of West Asia. Who you saying originally came out of West Asia? Hold on. As soon as the guide is back, as soon as we get him back in here in a minute. Carmen Salomni said, I'm a so-called Indian. There's a movement over there to rename the country. You're talking about, man, we should have, this is a science right here too, man. Because the Indians, that's a deep science. Where there's a whole lot of stuff over there, a whole lot of history that's imposed on the Indians that's said to be their history that may not be their history. But yeah, we was Carmen Islamly, was you on here when we was talking about what was the name of that book? The Anacalypsis? The Anacalypsis, where it was talking about
6 o'clock.
It was talking about the tribe that migrated from Africa to India, and then the tribe that migrated from India to North America. Original man, our God said a race is something that goes against time. The devil has an expiration date, 35th degree and the 1 of 40, not the original man who has no beginning or ending. Jasim said, I think I heard every Sinbad snap ever invented. Hey, man. Smell good, said I ain't from Africa. I'm from Crenshaw Mafia. Man, this room, Calm Islam, he said, I want to know more about the knock. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Who's the knock people? Original Man Our God said that's why he's so fascinated with Armageddon, nuclear war, zombie apocalypse, alien invasions, etc. Always making movies about the end of the earth. Yep. Time might be up at any second. Jasim said, can anybody embellish on the $5 Indian signs? I don't think I know about the $5 Indian signs. What's that? Calm Islamly. That you talking about when we was talking about the Andaman Islanders, or you saying something else about the Sentinelese right now? Because we was building on all of that night. Elaborate on the $5 Indian. I don't know the $5 Indian sign. Was it a $5 bill with an Indian on it? There used to be an Indian head nickel. What was it? Indian head penny or Indian head nickel? I had a couple of them back in the days. Hold on for a second. I'm gonna get you right back in here. District 120 said they were referred to as a horde of Asiatic who were mixed that came into Egypt. They weren't originally from Egypt, though. They came around the time of Hatshepsut's rule as pharaoh. Who you talking about? The Hyksos was half original Asiatic. Oh, you missed that one. You wasn't there, Calm Islamly. Yeah, we went into that science. Um, Calm Islamly said, I think he means where white people could pay $5 and be considered an Indian. Oh, that's crazy. Fly Phrase knows about it too. He said $5 Indian is white folks who paid to be on the what? Oh, they paid to be in the Indian. They paid to be in the Indian tribes to get benefits. Yeah, I don't know if the Hyksos was mixed. I ain't sure
I heard
about
the
that.
Hyksos was Caucasian.
Yeah, that's what I heard about them myself. Joseph said the $5 thing I know of is you could pay $5 to be a citizen of a specific Indian tribe and get all the benefits of being an Indian. Oh, you over there by Indian Head, Maryland? Yeah, I used to pass through there all the time, all on the business. Process says settlers who claim to have Native American lineage to be eligible for government handouts. So, man, Joseph, why you gotta bring Elizabeth Warren into this, man? What did she do to you, man? San Gravano did that too. San Gravano's an Indian now. I thought he's Sicilian. Nah, that was my first time. Oh, he was getting cigarettes in prison? Ah! Ah, man, come on, man. We gotta bring it back, man. We gotta bring it back. Shit. Y'all brothers be going in, man. Y'all be going in. Bull was his Indian name, man. Y'all gotta stop, man. But yeah, where we was at our victory.
We was talking about
Oh, you know what I was
the
saying?
terminology right.
What I was getting ready to add on to about what you were saying in terms of you know, it appears that a lot of times, right, it's the misunderstanding of the foundation of a society that kind of lead to its downfall. You know what I mean?
Exactly, exactly. You said it in a different word, but where you said it, the way you said it, a typical 85 would be like, huh? Well, I 100% understood what you're saying. Like I was saying before, we words are spells, man. Whether it's good or good or bad, man. It's just spiritual. Huh?
I was having a conversation earlier about that where I was saying that, see, like a medicine man, right, is really he's kind of a junkie. Like that's what he do. He go around and he experiment with different substances and he see what they do. You know what I'm saying? And he know that some of them will put you to rest and your body can heal while you resting. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
But if that goes to people who totally misunderstand the context of where he's doing it, now you get the kind of junkies that we got in our society, you know what I'm saying? With, you know, dope and crack, you know, pills, whatever different things it is. You understand what I mean? But it's something that you gotta keep within the context of the understanding. You know what I'm saying? Like when we look at the pyramids, right? They got some animals on there that don't exist. You know what I'm saying? Like lions with wings and shit like that. But you got to understand the knowledge and wisdom. You know, you got to understand the knowledge and wisdom of what idea they was trying to manifest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You take it outside the context, you see what I'm saying? Then you could lose all the meaning.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And plus, the school system doesn't do us no favors at all. The school system don't even tell us the difference between a nationality and race. I'm like, wow, maybe your individual teachers will. That's not a regular thing in the school system to tell you the difference between a race and a nationality. You know, when I was in school, the elementary school teacher, our fourth grade teacher, every morning she had us quote, "I'm a Hispanic, I'm an African American," every morning before we start the class. I'm like, damn. But now that I think about it, I'm like, this is not safe. Nah. So, but she never told us the difference between race and a nationality. I didn't know the difference between a race and nationality till since I'm a grown man, you know, which is embarrassing, you know, but a lot of us don't know.
New York City public schools do that.
Especially the Bronx, forget about it.
Yeah. You know,
school system in New York, if not the whole country.
That's why it was a good thing we had the knowledge itself to show us, you know, education, what education is, you know what I'm saying, as opposed to what schooling is.
Exactly. Schooling is a sugar version, is a sugar-coated version. It's very watered down. It's very watered down. I think when the generations before us, school was a little bit more like vocational school was a little bit maybe more beneficial but but now you don't got too much of that, too much vocational classes in school. Not when we was coming up, and nowadays, so they really not learning nothing. If I already learned anything from elementary to high school, the new generation, they definitely ain't learning shit.
Because right now everything is all algorithms. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to figure stuff out, you know what I mean, how to do stuff and build stuff from scratch now. You know what I'm saying? It's some software that can hook you up. See, like I could be on here right now filming you over there, I'm over here. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to have a cameraman on set over there, a sound man, and all these different people. You understand what I'm saying? They only educate people up to what they need them to know. Like they're gonna educate you enough to be useful. You know what I'm saying? Like when they say teach and keep our people illiterate, they're gonna educate you up to the level to be useful. I think the guy froze again. Let's see here. We got to get some. District 120 said around that time they were not fully white. Remember Musa, he's saying the Hyksos was not fully white around the time they invaded Egypt. Du Bois said the Nok people lived in the current area where the Yoruba folks in Nigeria lived. They passed on the land with the carving image of their ancestors, with the carved image of their ancestors at that time, an image that became made into the Ife bronze mask. So do you mean y'all ran them out of there, Debar? Debar said the Hyksos were half original people dubbed by Chancellor Williams as blue-eyed, orange-haired people. Joseph said the Hyksos were the Vikings of old, aka the Sea People. They came after the Afro-Asian invasion. District 120 said, if not mistaken, Tutmos all the way to Atmos. Moses was the 18th dynasty. The Hyksos were in Egypt from out of West Asia, causing mischief and bloodshed until ran out, but they were there about 150 years. Okay, this is I'm going into some interesting history right here. So let's start to break some of this down here, right? What is the first Afro-Asian invasion for the people? Because we got like 50 people checking everything out. Everybody do the each one teach one and hit the like button for me. But some of the people in the background may not know all of these facts that y'all going through. So what was the first Afro-Asian invasion? Raphael Stratura. Joseph said the Afro invasion eventually got quelled. Then later, the sea people came in little groups as merchants and traders. So anyone, Bueller, care to tell us what the first Afro invasion is? Let me throw this in here right here. In case anybody wants to go real time with it. Oh yeah, let me see. In that joint. Commons Romney said, I used to think the Aryans was part of those white hordes, but through research, I found that to be faulty. So what did you find about that, Commons Romney? That's another. Y'all going into the scholarship right now, man. Jasim said the only thing I can think of is the Eber, the ones that crossed the river. D. Christian said Joseph Blumenbach, originator of race classification. He Kareem said the first invasion was in the first intermediate period of the Old Kingdom, 2300 to 2065. And who were the people? Who were the people that executed this? Who were these Afro? What do you call it?
Hey, yo, my back, man. My phone keeps on going in and out.
All right, hold on for a second. We hitting the topic right now. I'm gonna get you back on in a second. Who are these Afro-Asians? SW. Yeah, I got my new toy now. Where I like this right here. Fly phrase. Yeah, we was talking about Joseph Blumenbach. Yeah. So you saying that the Afro-Asian invasion was from an Aryan tribe? District 120 said the first was back in the 18th dynasty around 4000 BC. There had to have been one though prior to them coming into Egypt dealing with Mantu Hotep. Wait, how many dynasties? We went 12 dynasties in 900 years? We talking Joseph asked if we talking 6th dynasty, 3100 BC. So wait, an Aryan tribe. And who are these Aryans? You saying the Aryans were Afro-Asian? Oh yeah, this one it should be in the link. I think this one is let me see. Hmm. I'm pretty sure that's it right there. That particular store. I got a couple of them though. Joseph said the Afro-Asians are a mix of tribes that came from outside the Middle East and mixed with those in the Middle East of today. All on the business said Afro-Asian is a term born in Africa. Afro-Asian started when Persia invaded around 530 BC. District 120 said 3100 BC is dealing with menace. So uh so who were these Asians? It's clear who the Afro is. Calm Islami said the Aryans were dark-skinned people with the Persian Iranian phenotype. Kareem said there's Old Kingdom, Middle Kingdom, and New Kingdom. The 17th dynasty starts the New Kingdom in 1554 BC. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These dynasties, let's try to match them up. But the Aryans are dark-skinned people with the Persian Iranian phenotype. I mean, it's kind of a broad phenotype for the Persian. Trying to see. All on the business said pale-faced Muslims are the Asians being referred to. Kareem said the original Aryans are Indo-Europeans. We have to go before their Asian occupations. Where did they come from? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Who are these people? That's basically my question. We kind of started out with who are the Hyksos, And then y'all brought up the Afro-Asian invasion. So we kind of backed up the clock and said, who are those individuals? And where did they come from? Calm Islam, he said, by phenotype, I mean general description, black hair, straight noses, fine features, but darker skin than what you see over there now. Got Bill and Snotty came in. Afro-Asians came from people who left the root and went out to build their own things. Yeah, I mean, this stuff is interesting. All on the business says Chancellor Williams calls the Hyksos the children of Israel and calls them white in destruction of black civilization. Yeah, we need to this is the type of thing we need. We need some people to make some presentations because y'all have redefined some people here that I always thought was white. All in the business says the Bible refers to Israel as Jacob. Yeah, Israel and the children of Israel is not the same thing. Joshua said the Canaanites are the first ones to cross the river, the Levantines. All in the business said, have y'all seen a documentary called Sambo the Black God? Didn't see that one. District 120 said they are only called that because when Amos was in rule as Pharaoh, he took the children of those he conquered and held them as hostage in Egypt, but he didn't torture them, only used them to keep his enemies at bay. That's you saying that's why they call the children of Israel? He creates that some of the Aryan tribes were called Gushans. Amen. Were called Gushans or Amorites from the Zagros Mountains region, also southern Russia. Calm Islami said the origin of the Aryans or white idea comes from when Europeans discovered a relation between Sanskrit and other North Indian languages and European languages. Hyksos married into the royal matriarchy of the original man. Hitler co-opted the term Aryan, the swastika, and a slew of other original man sciences. Joseph said Chancellor Williams is documenting history that's older than the children of Yaqub. I believe that was his way of saying they was devils, i.e. white-minded. Queen Mecca said, is it true that there's a connection between Shango, Chango, Yoruba, and the Chang dynasty of Asia? District 120 said, not all Hyksos were causing mischief. Some were highly educated and were in Upper Egypt. All in the business that I'm referring to the people that Chancellor Williams was talking about. Israel started in 1948. Comments normally said India was already hurt by 1,000 years of Muslim conquest, so it was easy for the devil to flip the script and assume that identity to cause further division. Okay, so who are the Afro-Asians and the Aryans today? We was on all the oceans, Waju. We was on all of them. But I'm saying, wait a minute. What are these time periods that we speaking on again? Let's get the time periods back again. What's going on, everyone? Hold on, let me see. Victory.
Yo, what up? What up?
Yeah,
Peace.
why they getting their thoughts? Why they getting their thoughts back together?
Yes, what's going on, man? Yeah, I was listening to you.
Yeah, the brothers, you know what I'm saying? I was maybe one of them would come on and give us a presentation about what they're talking about. You know what I'm saying?
All that stuff you're not gonna find in one day, bro.
Yeah, these brothers, they've been doing a lot of history, you know. Like I was saying, you know, recently, you know, when I look back, like I pretty much went from playing video games to getting the knowledge itself. You know what I'm saying? Like it was, you
Yeah,
know, one day, uh, you know, we walk in, you know, literally there was a time when that was kind of what we used to do. Like when we was on our way up to wherever we was gonna be that day, like somebody's, you know, rest. So, you know, if we was gonna be in the park or on whatever block where the building was going down, we used to stop at this
yeah.
particular store because it had all the video games in it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So because of that, I never really a lot of this other stuff. These brothers they studied all of that by the time they came into the knowledge. Some of them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you know, I like to do the knowledge to all this type of talking too.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, me too. When I was coming up.
The other brother man who was elaborating, that's why I was just asking them if somebody could you know, like who are these people right now?
You talking about the Hiscos?
Yeah. Like do you know, are there remnants of those people? See, because just
Yeah,
like you
because
said,
we did ran them out. We did ran them out from Lower Egypt.
yeah,
I don't know where they went to them.
right. But just like you said with the Yoruba, you know what I'm saying? Every people come from another people.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So there must be some people out there now that's representing that existence.
Exactly.
All right, so we got some dates here. District 120 is saying 1335 BC, 1550 BC, 2000 BC. This was before the Hyksos came into Egypt. All right, so how come y'all saying that the Hyksos can't be white? Didn't somebody say that this stuff happened before Yakub? The Hyksos probably got absorbed into the populations in those areas. The Hyksos wouldn't be white. And I'm saying, why not? Does anybody like who?
To my knowledge, they were Caucasian.
Yeah, Kareem said all this stuff is after Yakub. So I'm saying, you know, because to tell the truth, y'all are putting this right here is y'all putting a very fine point on it. You know what I'm saying?
Actually,
Go ahead.
when you look oh, I'm sorry.
There's a certain science dealing with this in mainstream history. You know what I'm saying? 1100 BC is known to be a time when there was an invasion by somebody known as the Sea People. And that in reality, there was many great civilizations that existed at that time, and they all got invaded by these Sea People at the same time. But like you said, because Egypt was able to push them out, You know what I'm saying? Egypt preserved its greatness, but that a lot of other places, that's when the fall of those civilizations came about, was 1100 BC. So I don't know how, these, but like I said, when you in mainstream, his history studies or whatever, they don't know who the people are.
But actually, you got statues. You got white representations of white Egyptians. When you look at videos, these people on YouTube that put on videos talking about black people are not the Egyptians, and they try to show and prove it by showing, right? Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, I hear you.
They show and prove it by showing pictures, right, of white statues and pictures. But those are the Hyksos. They're showing pictures and statues of the Hyksos, the ones that invaded Lower Egypt. Doesn't mean that original people of Egypt. So when you say, or when we say the Hyksos culture were white, or so-called white or pale skin, yeah, they were pale skin people. Because at the end of the day, where those damn pictures come from? Those statues. You got like statues of pale skin people wearing our clothes, wearing our fashion, or Kemetic fashion. And you know, statues tell a story. Pictures tell a story.
Yeah. Queen Mecca over here said she found on Google 100,000 years ago, Africans migrated to Asia. Chinese historians call them black dwarves in the Three Kingdoms period, AD 220 to AD 280. And it says they were still found to be in China during the Qing Dynasty. The Qing Dynasty, 1644 to 1911, in Taiwan, they were called little black people, and apart from being diminutive, they were also said to be broad nose and dark skin. And these different. District 120 said, well, the wisdom degree talks about 2000 BC, and when you go into Egypt around that time in Egypt, when we tie it with Moses' story, because he was in Egypt, it does when it doesn't line up. Hotep was in 2000 BC, and what he did was bring forth oneness by connecting lower and upper Egypt. So Joseph said Hyksos was the first pale faces. Jasim said maybe lighter, but I wouldn't say white though. Look at the geographical location. What's the geographical location? Joseph said that's why the Hyksos was called sea people, because that's where they came from. Those original people never seen pale faces before them. District 120 said his Hyksos were Semitic. Semi means half. They were mixed. I thought Semi had to do with Shem. Kareem said dynastic kingdoms start around the same time. The old kingdom is first to six dynasties. First to six dynasties, 4,245.
Yo, Dog Kim, I gotta bounce. I gotta charge this phone, man.
All right, no doubt. Yo, shout out
Yo,
to
peace to the gods and earths.
yeah, no doubt, man. Peace to the God. Yo, come back through and shit. I'm gonna make sure you always get a link so you come through and build whenever.
Cool, peace.
Peace. But yeah, I didn't All in the Business said the Hyksos originated from Greece. The boss said the Tamahu people were the first colored people in Kemet around 4000 BC. Joseph said the devil was made on the island, so to even leave the island, you need knowledge of sailing, hence sea people. They came across the land bridge on the delta. I mean, Islami says some say that there was albino population from India, Iran, but that goes back to Paul Guthrie's theory of the devil being exiled out of India, which is a little too out there for me. Yeah, see, these Aryans appear to be a very strange people, Islami. You know, they appear to be a very strange people. And, somehow in the crucible of time, what I'm saying, they've been recorded in different ways by different people. Jassim said the Hyksos, who the Hyksos came across the land bridge on the Delta where the Suez Canal is. Yeah, but because they came across the land bridge right there, that don't really got to do with where they originated. Jassim said they probably look like Turkish people today. I mean, a lot of Turkish people is white. Calm is lovely. Calm is lovely, man. You taking shots now, man. We have Sunni Muslim brothers that come here and build with us. All in the Business at 15th dynasty of Egyptian kings, 1650 to 1558 BCE, called shepherd kings from Greek, Hyksos from Egyptian, explained variously as Hikshasu, ruler of nomads, Hikakausi, Hikakosui, chief of foreign lands. Yeah, see, Joe Self is saying something right here. This is why it's hard to place the devil outside of 120, because they take our history as their own. Then we look back and get caught up in color. There's certain crucibles of time and place. You know what I'm saying? There's certain crucibles of time and place where people enter that time or that place, the original people, and they leave from that time and place, the colored people. And this is what we got to be aware of, you know what I'm saying, when we go back into that level of history. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, you could deal with the primary sources, but the primary source could have not knew what he was talking about. Not to say that, we got to doubt all scholarship, like all books, you know what I'm saying, is just full of lies. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying that there's some places where we can look and we can see there's clear discrepancies. Kareem said the Hyksos were not the first devils to rule. They were from the second intermediate period, 1785 to 1580 BC. The Gutians or Amorites were before them in the first intermediate period, 2300 to 2065 BC. District 120 said their arrival ended the 13th dynasty. I highly doubt they were fully pale skinned. So when is the 13th dynasty? Like, would this be before 4000 BC? Karma's Lonely said the only written records of Aryans we got today are from the Vedas, but the Vedas don't mention any place outside the Indian subcontinent where the Aryans supposedly came from. And the Vedas, these are religious books, right? Johnson said probably Paper Bag Brothers. Hey, y'all grimy, man. They were a lot closer to original than I think we're giving them credit for. And then it said in different texts that there have been more ancient excursions out of Africa. The digital beam pod jump off. John Sims said the Vedas are Sanskrit writings and are the said Bible for Hinduism. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. My point just being that, religious books, if a religious book is your only reference, then we can if it's the only I don't like to like that's a history that somebody wrote. That's a history that somebody wrote that I don't even know who that is. All right. Who's this? Oh yeah. This is God. Peace to the God out in Rhode Island. Trying to see. All right. Things is moving over here. But yeah, this Islam, he said the Vedas are not really books, but for the sake of discussion, yeah, you can classify them as foundational texts of the Indian systems, religions, and culture. Kareem said the Bible's use of the word Semitic tells you who the Afro-Asiatic is. But I thought the Semitic meant that they was descendants of Shem. Calm Islam, he said even Buddha was calling himself an Aryan and was talking about the qualities of an Aryan, and we know Buddha wasn't a colored man. They spoke a Semitic language and had Semitic names. Yeah, you got the Shemites and the Hamites. All on the business said the Hyksos are believed to have originated in the north of Palestine. They destroyed Amorite rule Byblos in the 18th century BC and then entered Egypt, bringing the Middle Kingdom to an end in the 17th century BC. So this Aryan thing is really kind of an idea.
It's 7 o'clock.
Jasim said, I always wondered who this dude was that said his one and true God told him to take over someone else's land. Well, yeah, that's that's the way Goliath And there's people felt about that. People that was actually inhabiting that land. District 120 said during the second intermediate period, Egypt is ruled once again by competing dynasties. The north is controlled by the Hyksos, descendants of people from Western Asia who had settled into Eastern Nile Delta. Calm Islamly. Was that is the is are the Aryans more of an idea? Because that's what it kind of seems like. Kareem said, yes, Shem was the brother of Ham that occupied some of even the same countries, but Shem represented more Asian land than Ham. Afro-Asiatic were people from so-called Middle East or Levant, not pale Arabs. Right. That's what I'm saying. The Afro-Asian that y'all talking about, those are supposed to be the Shemites, right? Right? You got a Pharaoh, fly, who's that? Fly phrase? Fly phrase, your jump off is on the way. Well, I got your order. Fly phrase. Fly phrase got a wise scientist. District 120 said they controlled that area but didn't originate from north of Palestine. Wait a minute, hold on. Shem was the brother of Ham that occupied some of even the same countries, but Shem represented more Asian land than Ham. Afro-Asiatics were people from the so-called Middle East or Levant, not pale Arabs, but would later be represented as pale Arabs. District 120 said Hyksos are also referred to as king shepherds. What happened? Did Calm Islamly? What happened to Calm Islamly? So we really kind of at square one with the Hyksos. We still don't really know who the Hyksos are. I mean, we know who they are. You know, if you give me the 1 to 10, I know where you fit in. But right here, we got a couple of different. We got a couple of different. I guess we got a lot of information here. Does anybody want to come on? If anybody wants to come on and make a presentation of this information, we could do that. If not, we're going to take this down, and then later on, I'm going to be on to pick back up where we left off with the Teaching the Black Women videos. 196,940,000 square miles. All right, so we won this one down. You know what I'm saying? And I catch let's say about 9:30, 10 o'clock. We come on with the next installment. Peace to the guys, peace to the earths, peace to all our other guests that come to build with us. Signing off.